and welcome to the channel. I'm your host Fuzzy McBear, and today we're playing City Skylines. City Skylines recently celebrated its 10th birthday, and I've played quite a bit of it, but not made... Well, I've made 2 videos on it, but yeah, haven't really done much with it, so I thought I would make a quick video on it. We're going to do a one-tile city. We're not going to do it all at once. Today we're just going to focus on the planning of the city. So I think planning is probably, one of the important things to do other than maybe a storyline, but about the city. And I guess the story of the city is it's just a bit of land they built an interchange, and it's time for the area to develop. I've got a rough plan. I think I'll create a bit of an sort of maybe a low to medium density residential area here. Probably make a slight change, and the change is going to stay as is, but I will make a few corrections. Have got some mods installed, and just quality of life, so I'm going to probably just make sure some of the directions on the roundabout make sense. Like, why would you go up there, then back down there? So it's going to make sure that's one lane. And so we head further over the map. Got a bit of a hill. I think that'd be a really good spot for maybe an observatory, maybe a little bit of housing around it, maybe. Thinking our downtown will be around about here. I might actually do probably a bit of a push out at some stage and make a kind of like not quite like Santa Monica Pier in Los Angeles, but sort of an area that juts out into the sea. Obviously, I don't think I can do anything with this little bit over here, but yeah, I could put one house on a really, really, really long bridge, maybe. Yeah, so this will be a bit more of downtown, and yeah, so this might be a combination of commercial and leafy suburbs, a little bit of industry. My plan is I will initially have industry, then upgrade it to more non-polluting industry, and then eventually replace it with offices. Back here we've got a railway, which I will raise at some stage, so it gives us a bit more space underneath. Also, I don't like at-grade crossings on builds. I think just for safety reasons, and that's in real life. Also, I think sometimes it's interesting to have a little bit of elevation in the game. This area here eventually will become services, and I'll try and squeeze a road along here at some stage. Also thinking with a little bit of leveling, this could become a green cities low residential area. Probably going to build a roundabout here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the network multi-tool and just have that curve around. So it just gives a bit more access, because I am wondering if this interchange will support being the only access point to the city, although I could along here just make a basic interchange at some stage. So I think this is going to be a fun build. First, I'm going to do that planning, because I find it can be easier to actually work on the planning first than try and play it by ear. I've actually installed the planning roads, just some save some money. So yes, yeah. So we want this road yeah, this probably will be our main our main arterial along here. It's got to handle a lot of traffic. Yeah, even though I'm using the 4-lane plain road, it does give us enough footprint later on for a 6-lane road. And I'm just going to push it to the edge of the map. Even though we're not going to go beyond it, it can look like we have plans to go beyond it. 2 tiles here, and get 1 tile in. 2 tiles long, and then I am going to, when the machine lets me get control of the controls, it's going to make a little curve, and I want the ground to raise up. Yeah, so that sort of gives us our main road. And the next road I want to put in is up this way for that future little windy road to the observatory. And even though it's a bit unnecessary, it's going to do upgrade here. And might actually just widen this to 4 lanes, just for yeah, I think just in case we need the space. Because it's since that will be our main entrance for a while, and I'm sure for city planners we're horrified to see that I like doing grids. I have no qualms about building cities that are square. And connect this down to the main road. And continue these ones on. Oops, and that does not line up very well, so I'm going to have to fix that. And oops. I do like trying to get the grids as perfect as possible. And I'm going to end this road about here, because I want to put a bridge over the highway there. Yes, I don't think I'll be able to put that road underneath, or well, the way it's configured at the moment. Well, that has really gone off course, that road there. So let's delete it. Okay, now to try and get this to line up. And I might just have to delete a couple of sections there. And this is a good thing about using these planing roads that are in the workshop. You don't have to worry about spending money on a road that you don't necessarily need. Let's make that a gentle 5. And 10, and hopefully a lot of luck. That's given us some access to the area out the back, and let's just see. Let's see if this works. Nope, I don't think I'm going to be able to get a road into there, but never mind. Okay, just going to put a road back here. I'm thinking this could be a good area for like a high school with a park. And connect that through. And just going to make another little bit of area here. Oops. And might have to fix that a little bit later on, because it's a bit more elevated than I'd like. Put in a road there. So I'm thinking maybe could be some parking around there for people to access the beach. And I think I can get one more block in this way. And there's still some more space. One more road there. So okay, I could probably put some fishing related industry around here possibly. Just have to see how I go. And make this road and now the road is way too high. This is just going to be a temporary solution. Well, not so I'm thinking, what if we take that out? And let's see what. That's definitely an interesting connection. So I'm going to try create a loop. Again, it's come up with some definitely an interesting idea. I'm just going to click on that, even though I'm not going to use it, just for doesn't cost us anything. Oops, and it didn't work. So yeah, no, that's because yeah. Well, give it one more go. Just try and see if it will do its thing. Yeah, I might try. Yeah, I might try that. That for something completely different. I'll probably need to do a bit of to level it up a bit. Oops, and I should extend. Send this out, but I'm not going to connect into this row, the main entranceway, because that will create traffic issues later on. Oops. And that road is very misaligned. So just I'm thinking maybe some kind of stadium or maybe a little shopping district back here, and see that it isn't. Our tiles are not perfect, which I try and aim to make them perfect. It doesn't necessarily work all the time. And it's that road there that is the issue. Yep, that looks better. And now that leaves us the bulk of the city to work on. Okay, so I've obviously got this other part of the interchange, so I'm thinking is a parallel road tool, and just going to mirror that, and thinking there. And we'll curb that in. And then with the to create a range line tool, we're going to improve that, and hopefully, yep, we can get a road underneath there. So this could be a little pocket park maybe there, or custom park maybe. And I think now just thinking. To work out how to grid this out nicely. And I think we can just do one more. Yep, so I'm going to just do I will create a curve. And we're just inside the border, which is really good. Yes, I think that gives us a bit of a frame there. Though, to work out how again to get over the highway here. So obviously want another connection over. Or we could go under. I am thinking. So let's build out some of the. First of all, I'm going to build out the grid. I'm thinking maybe something different. Going to go to there. Actually, oh, something is out of this grid here. Yep, that's made it square. Yep, that looks like that's square. Yeah, I don't think I really want to take the highway over. Sorry, the 4-lane road over the highway. So I'm thinking. Fun. What we're going to do is we're going to actually go under. but we're going to actually go under with not one. I was thinking maybe a one-way system on each road. And can we get underneath? Yes, and yes. And maybe not go underneath with both roads, because it looks like we're not quite going to make it with that road there. So yeah, no, that would have to go outside of the area. So I'm going to roll that back. Like so. And so, I don't think that back road will be hugely busy with traffic. And we've got, as you can see, got a one tile difference in the middle. But I'm actually thinking not everything is perfectly fits within an 8 tile 4 or an 8 tile boundary. So let's leave that. I'm just going to leave that road short of there. Leave that road short because I don't want to so I don't want to put too much pressure on that. Have too close a road to that junction. So I am wondering whether that road I just put in for the tunnel could potentially be a bit close. I think I'll just leave that one for now as is, and I can always eminent domain it later on. Thinking maybe this area here could potentially be for a little shopping strip of some kind. It could have some parking along the front, visible from the main road. Because again, we don't want to put too much pressure on the main road. And let's get rid of that. What I do want to put a road. This way in the middle. Yeah, I think that could work. I think I might reserve that area for bigger asset. Maybe that's where I want to put in a tram network, so maybe that's where that could go. And these roads here are all going to go off. That's actually probably too close to that junction. I think I find with the game it's always hard to know how much traffic flow you are going to get. So even though the road is there, I might actually reduce that, and I'm not going to have that road connect in there. Thinking that could also potentially just be a one-way system along there. This could also be a block where I'd put something there. And I might just break that up slightly. Potentially for a park or a school there. And let's go. To work out where the I don't think the internet comes in yet, but nope, I was looking for the topographical lines so I could actually see any changes in the land height, but can't, so that area could end up being redeveloped. And then we're going to get to what will be our downtown area. Thinking of possibly making this area here just a walkable area rather than a car-centric area. Oops, and off an angle. And something's not quite right there. There. Yep, and that will work. I'm thinking this could be that could be the potentially be the central promenade along there. Then later on we'll, when we have landscaping tools, push that out into the water. And let's link this little, see what it looks like by linking this up. Nope, I'm just thinking maybe linking that with that. Nope, that's not going to let me, so bulldoze, bulldoze. Do I, let's see. It does jut in. Okay, it does jut into the sand area, but that might have to do, and no, that's not snapping. Okay, yes, I think it's starting to look like what a city could look like. Again, I'm going to leave this area, the area there, blank for for stadium development, and just do a quick build back here. Again, this is what I don't like doing, is that crossing like that. And we'll just do a quick trim up while we... Oh, I don't like that curve at all. Just try it from there. It's probably not the best way to enter and exit a tunnel in a slight curve, but that might have to do. And a parallel road to this train track here. Let's oops, and so I'm going to take it from there to there, and yeah, so that I'm going to give us road access either side. Does give me a bit of a slight issue with junction here. Could be a little bit close for junction. Yeah, I think I will. So I'll leave a bit of space there for something big. Maybe the cemetery could go there eventually. And I've broken the grid slightly, so I will just trim that back. One thing I have forgotten about is to allow for a future expansion interchange, but I might have to worry about that later on. And it's going to continue this on to here. And it's going to cut this across, hopefully. I'm thinking, yeah, somewhere I've got to fit in some waste disposal, and this could be the area along in here somewhere. And I'm going to continue on our parallel road, which I believe was a 20. It's possible they could connect in there for a roundabout instead. But we definitely will have to come across the railway track. And so I'm envisioning around here there'll be I'll need to make a road that will go up this hill. And until I can actually make the road itself, I'll leave that connection, that unconnected there. And I'm going to leave the top of this mountain until I get the landscaping tools. Yeah, so this is what the city may or may not look like. So I've got some room for the unusual shaped buildings. Oops, I have inadvertently created a couple of dead zones there, but which I'll just fix like so. Oops, and it's too long. Yeah, so I think this has given us a rough plan for our city. One thing I didn't allow for, which I probably have to adjust for, is we may as well make use of the railway. So I'm thinking maybe I could have an elevated station around here. May have to move the roads, but we'll have to see when I start building the city. Oops, and also we didn't connect up this road over here, so but we'll leave that for when I start building and get into the final stages to tie all this area together. Because at the moment we've got a great big, does create a bit of a one-way, well, not one-way, a meandering path to get back, so it's a long to get out. It's a long way to get back, but we shall resolve it when I begin building. So thank you for watching, and I'm hoping you've enjoyed episode 1 of Madison Bay on City Skylines. Thank you for watching.